We'll first understand the structure of a for loop in PL-SQL. For this, I'll be writing a simple procedure that will print the message hello 4 times. So we'll start off with the structure of a for loop in PL-SQL. So let me create this procedure, that is create or replace procedure. I'll give a name, say Satish, my name underscore loop. Is we don't have any variables to declare here. Let me go with begin. So here I'm going to use a for loop for the variable I in. We'll start from 1, run till 4. The keyword is loop. And how you print this message hello, we'll use the print statement dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. And the message is hello, how are you? And end loop, that is part of the loop syntax. End the procedure, create the procedure. So procedure is created. How will you execute this procedure? Exec, the procedure name is Satish underscore loop. So you're going to have hello, how are you printed 4 times. I hope you are able to follow the use of a for loop in PL-SQL for variable name in starting condition, end condition. So this the set of statements you're going to give inside the loop will iterate so many number of times. So here 4 times you're going to have hello, how are you printed to the user. End loop is part of the syntax. So that's how you use a simple for loop. Now let's move on to the use of a while loop. Now let us see the structure of a while loop in PL-SQL. Structure of a while loop in PL-SQL. So for this, I'll be creating a procedure which will be printing the message hello, how are you doing 4 times. So let's create this procedure. Create or replace procedure. Procedure name will have my name Satish underscore while. Is we'll use a variable here test value, which will be of a number type. Initially we'll assign this to be having 0 as the initial value. We'll go with the begin section, and here I'm going to use a while loop. While this value test val is less than 4, thus the condition to terminate this loop. Loop is the keyword. How is that we are going to print this message? dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. We'll say hello, how are you doing. And a very important step is we have to increment test val every time such that it reaches 4 and the loop gets terminated. So when this statement will be printed only when the value of test val is less than 4. So now let's increment it. For this test val, we have to use the assignment operator, test val colon equal to test val plus 1. So every time you increment it so that you reach 4 and then you terminate the loop. End loop is part of the syntax, and end the procedure. We the procedure. Procedure created without any issues. Let us execute the procedure call Satish underscore while to see whether the message is getting printed 4 times. So here you have hello, how are you doing getting printed 4 times. So what is that we have seen with the structure of a while loop? While, the condition, loop. So the set of statements here will execute until this condition is true, and every time we have to increment the value so that we reach the value to terminate the loop. If you're going to miss this value out, then you're going to have an infinite loop. And end loop, and then we were ending the procedure. So this is the output. I hope you were able to follow the use of a while loop in PL-SQL. Now let us move on to the use of a simple loop in PL-SQL. Let us see the structure of a simple loop in PL-SQL. So what is this simple loop? Again, we'll print the same message, hello, how are you doing 4 times with the use of a simple loop. So let me create this procedure, create or replace procedure. I'll call this procedure a Satish simple loop. And here too, we'll have this value, test value, the variable test value, which will be of number type. Initially, we'll assign it to 0. And we'll go to the begin section. Now, loop is the keyword. So you're going to have the set of statements that will be looping around, right? So that will be inside loop. And what is the message we are going to print here is dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. We'll print hello, hope you're having a good time. Okay, so that's the message. And again, here too we have to increment the test val, the value of test val by 1 every time, so that we reach the termination condition. So here it is test val, we'll assign it colon equal to, never forget this colon, that's the assignment there, and test val plus 1. And then what we are going to check here is if test val is greater than 3, then we are going to terminate the loop. So we are going to have this test val. If it is greater than 3, then what we are going to do is, then we are going to exit. End if, then we'll end the loop, end the procedure, create the procedure. Procedure created. So what is that we are doing? We are entering the loop, printing the message, incrementing the value of test val. We are starting with 0. And if the value of test val is greater than 3, then we are exiting the loop. So if test val is greater than 3, we are exiting the loop, end if, end loop, end the procedure. Let's execute this. Let's see whether this message is getting printed 4 times. Execute the procedure. What is the procedure name we have given? Satish simple loop. Let's call this name Satish simple loop. So here you're able to see hello, hope you're having a good time, shown on the screen 4 times. So that's how you're going to use a simple loop in PL-SQL. So you're going to enter in, execute the set of statements, and then check for the condition. So we have seen the use of 3 kinds of loops: for loop, while loop, and a simple loop in PL-SQL. I hope you will be able to apply this concept in your PL-SQL code. Next, let us move on to the use of GOTO statements in PL-SQL. Now let us see the use of GOTO statement in PL-SQL. So what is this GOTO statement? It's a branching statement. You can branch out to any statement that has a specific label attached to it. So you'll understand this using a simple example. Let me write a simple anonymous block here, begin, and we'll have the label first. Say this is the label, first message. So you give the label following the syntax as shown on the screen. And what is the first message? We're going to have this message dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. We'll say hello, this is first message. And after this, I'm going to say go to this label. I didn't create this label. We'll understand this after we complete the code. Third message. So I'm going to transfer the control from here to the label third message. Let's finish this code. Then after execution, you'll understand this. It's a very simple statement. Next, we'll have this label second message, and dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Very weird print statement. I have to type a lot every time. Hello, this is the second message. Not sure whether we have any shortcuts for this. I need to explore that, but for now I'm typing everything out. And we'll have this label third message. And what is the third message? You might have guessed it. It's dbms underscore output dot put underscore line. Hello, this is the third message. Pretty simple. And after this, what we're going to do, we're going to end the procedure and then execute end this block and then execute this anonymous block. So what's happening here? Hello, this is the first message. So we start executing here. First message is the label. So this statement is executed. After this, it comes to the GOTO statement. Go to third message. Now it is branching out. GOTO will branch out to this label. Where is this label? Third message. So it's skipping the second message. As you can see, it's skipping it. Then now the control is transferred to third message. This is the label. So labels are very important because when you're saying go to this label, you should have that label, right? So this is the label, and then the control is transferred from here to here, and then this is getting printed. See, you should be cautious with the use of GOTO. You can't just say go to a if statement. See, go to a block inside the if statement. That's not allowed. You can't say from if go to the else part. No, that's not allowed. You can't use the same thing within a case expression. So you have when right in a case expression. So you can't use go to within case expressions. You can't say just go to that subprogram within the block inside a subprogram. So you cannot use go to for these scenarios. Always use go to wisely. And for those who are confused, what is a case statement, what is this when and things like that, please refer to my previous session. That's all I can say for now. I've left the link for that video in the description below. So we have seen the use of GOTO statement. Now let us take a look at the use of NULL statement in PL-SQL. What is this NULL statement? The NULL statement says nothing needs to be done. Say whenever you have an if, you also look for an else, right? But you have nothing to do with the else part. We can just say null. I'll show you an example, then you'll be able to understand this. Let me write again an anonymous block begin. So what we'll have here is okay, let me clear screen. So let's have this anonymous block here. Let me declare a variable. Declare. I'll have this test val to be of type number. Let it be equal to 2. Now let's begin. Let's have a condition here. If test val is greater than 1, then what we'll do, dbms underscore output dot put underscore line, and then we'll say test val is greater than 1. So that is the message we are giving to the user. Else, see, if test val is greater than 1, we just need to give a message, or else there's nothing for us to do, right? Else what we can say is null, nothing for us to execute here. End if, end, and then execute the block. So you may be wondering why we should say null here. Say this is like making the code more clear. That is, if test val is greater than 1, what we are supposed to do? We say test val is greater than 1. What if test val is 0? It's not greater than 1. What we have to do? Nothing. There's nothing we have to do. So in that case, we're just making the code clear for the maybe the maintenance engineer. He just goes through the code. Okay, the condition is this is what we have to do. If it is not greater than 1, there's nothing to do. So null means there's nothing to do. So that's the statement. We can also have a comment statement. The other way around is we can use a null statement. So I hope you all understood. I hope you all have understood that there is a statement called null statement. And what it means is we have nothing to do when we say it's a null statement.